Hello ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to do that long promised muzzle flash tutorial. I promised it maybe a month ago and never got around to it, so today we're actually going to get right into that. So let's just move things back a little bit. I'm going to demonstrate some beautifully executed muzzle flashes. There we go. Ready? Hold up.
What? We don't have to shoot me. We could shoot something else.
Why?
Because I don't want to get hurt. We could shoot a car, a box, a target with. Yeah, not.
No, we're shooting you. You're much more fun to shoot.
No.
Yeah.
No. Ow! Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't believe you just shot me. I can't feel my leg. Oh my goodness.
I don't think it was good enough. I want to do it again. Let's do it again.
You demon! You monster!
Come on. You got another leg. Let's use it. Come on. I'm gonna shoot your other leg. I want a headshot. Ready? Headshot. This ends now.
Gonna be a man. Gotta have a plan. It wasn't turned on.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Alright, you just started recording. And you just open up Hitfilm, find the shot that you want to add your muzzle flash to, right click on it, and make composite shot. Now, here I've already done the shot for you, but I'm going to redo it to show you how it's done. So I'm just going to get rid of everything here except for our footage. Now, with our footage right here, you're going to need to get a couple of things. Now I have all my stuff imported. I've got bullet shells, sparks, muzzle flashes. You're going to need to find those. Now the best place I found is Footage Crate. I don't actually like the muzzle flashes here at Footage Crate. As you can see, they're kind of weird. But I do love the sparks and smoke that they have. So I'm going to be using this. So let's import that over here. And we're going to need a 9mm brass shell, but I'll add that later. And here's muzzle flashes. The ones that I found online, just look them up, you'll find some of them. A lot of times I like to overlay these because these are my favorite. Now, let's first find the frame where the gun goes off, which is right here. Which you'll notice these guns have moving slides that fly back. That's because they're gas powered. And they're really just airsoft weapons, if you're wondering what they are, where they come from. They're pretty neat. Here's a gas blowback pistol right here. I think this is a Walther P99. Once you load gas into it, fire this one BB, and it shoots out a little bit of gas at the tip, which sometimes looks pretty nice and real and exactly what you want when doing muzzle flashes. So I'm going to get this sparks here to the frame where the slide is all the way back. We're just going to position and place it right on top. I think the great thing I love production crates stuff is it saves so much time. It's the sparks and the smoke is already done for you. The only thing you really actually have to do is get the muzzle flash, which they have some with muzzle flashes. Like I said, I just don't like it that much. So let's add our own right on top of the sparks. Take note that it's on top of the sparks. Set your blending mode to add if it has a black background. and then we're just going to position it right where it needs to be. And if you know how to use Hitfilm, you should probably know that by scrolling it on the mouse, you can get closer and you can position it perfectly. Now it usually only appears for one frame, so it doesn't have to be too perfect. And I'll do that right now. We'll push this button right here to go one frame forward and chop it off. Now that is what everyone, I mean, you've seen stuff like this before. Pretty decent, pretty good. A little bit of smoke, a little bit of flash. But what everyone a lot of times seems to forget is bullet shells. So I found this here at actionvfx.com. Just lately though, Production Crate has some.
Oh my
now.
goodness, you're sick.
So here we have these. I'm going to throw one on top of the layer, rotate it, and close it up. Now you want to zoom in a lot so you can actually see the size of the shell in relation to the gun. And you should know that shells are pretty tiny. Now position it directly on top, shrink it down to size. Now here's how we get the shell to move. Now if you were to play the clip, you'll notice that the shell rotates. So a lot of times you have to go into 3D elements if you want to really create the effect. But here it already rotates first, so no need. So you just position it where you want it to, and you go to here where the shell is in your timeline. Go to transform. We're going to keyframe its position. You can now close that up. We're going to advance one frame forward, and then you can start to pull it, right? But I'm going to advance like 3 or 4 frames and pull it into an upward shape. Advance a few more frames forward, and it's going to get this curve. Now that's the shape. That's how shells fly out of guns. They usually go back a little and then come right down. And let's just push through the frames a couple more times, and we're then going to drag. Sorry, gotta click back on that. Drag the shell down. A few more frames. And then just drag them all the way out of frame. And you're done. But, whoa, nope, not done. Because let me show you what it's gonna look like. Now it'll look great for slow motion, but the bullet shell is too perfect looking. Bullet shells are supposed to be moving fast. So you see this little thing right here? This here's motion blur. Click it, and then as it flies through the air, it's gonna get kind of blurry, giving it that realistic look. But the first frame isn't blurry because it's not in motion. It's gonna pull this thing over one frame. That way, when it first appears, it's blurry. I'm just gonna shorten that up so that it doesn't appear at all. I want the first frame that it appears to be in is blurry because he's flying in motion. Alright, that's how you do the basic handgun muzzle flash. Now if we look through our composite shots here, I have a couple more. Now this one, just if you're curious, you can see what the fully automatic muzzle flashes look like. I'll tell you how to do it. I'm not going to go in depth to doing it because it's pretty much the exact same process as the other. Footage Crate has this muzzle flash thing here. Just watch. It's one spark, spoke, spark, and it basically do the same thing. I just put one muzzle flash over each spark to get the fully automatic effect. Then just add your sound effect. Which, by the way, Footage Crate now has plenty of sound effects that you can use. I'll leave a link in the description to Footage Crate and Action VFX so you can get the sounds. Also, some of the sounds that I'm using I found at Sound Bible. You can pick those up too. I'll see if I can leave the links down below. But the one more muzzle flash that I want to show you is perhaps one of the harder ones to do. That's the front on. This one was actually very easy because Footage Crate already had a front on muzzle flash. Again, I didn't like the yellow, so I chopped it off and put on my own muzzle flash, which you can see right here. And I didn't have to add a shell for this one because Footage Crate already came with one. I just had to add the shell. Actually, I didn't have to add the shell. I just had to add the muzzle flash over it. Sorry. That's what I like about Footage Crate. They'll save you quite a bit of time. The number one thing about compositing is that you have to put layer on top of layer. You have to do multiple layers. Like, I can show you, what I mean when I say multiple layer to make a good composite shot. There's got to be a lot. Now you see, like right here, look at the amount of layers I have to create this lengthy shot. Which this one, for those who don't know, like this is a front-on muzzle flash. To get that over-the-shoulder look, I have to rotoscope Raymond, and then I rotate the muzzle flash to do that. That's how it looks like it's in front of him. Not only did I have to rotoscope Raymond, I had to rotoscope this pole right here and the furniture. So that's it. Just in general, remember, you have to use a lot of layers. It may take some time, but there are places like Footage Crate to make it easier. But even still, the more layers you use, the more realistic it will look. Thanks for coming by, taking a look, and I have something else I'm working on coming soon. I haven't started editing it, but it's already been filmed. So you get some kind of weird short film that I've had some fun playing around in Hitfilm with, so see you next time.